So I'm actually calling because I've been going through some stuff personally recently that I didn't realize was such a huge deal. But the Social Security disability system is really, really messed up. And if it's okay, I'd like to just talk about that a little bit.
Sure.
Thank you so much. So I'm fairly young. I'm under 30, and I have had to try to get Social Security disability. And so I haven't been able to work in 3 years.
3.
And I just got a call. Yeah, and I just got a call from my lawyer on Friday saying that it could be another 2 years. And in the process, you're not allowed to make any money. Even gifts and donations you receive have to be, like, confirmed. So, like, if somebody were to give me $10 for the bus or something like that, I would have to report that to Food Share, to thankfully the pandemic, as sad as it sounds, is one of the best things that happened for me because the stimulus checks came out and they expanded housing department grants, so I was able to get a housing department grant. But that's very strict as well. So again, like if I were to get like $5-10 for the bus, they have to call that person and check and confirm how much money they're giving me. So I can't even like receive gifts or donations or anything. And it's just crazy. My ex, when I found out that it was going to be another 2 years, because it's impossible to be in a relationship or anything like that when you have no income.
Yeah.
And anything like that. And so my ex looked, and 110,000 people have died in the past 10 years waiting for disability.
Oh, jeez.
So it's just kind of... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, you know, we had Matthew Cortland on, and I can't remember exactly when it was. He talked about this dynamic, it really is shocking because all we tend to hear about Social Security disability is that it's paying out too much and it's too easy and this and that. And I guess it was August 4th of 2021 we had him on to talk about this. It really is a problem, and I don't think people understand this dynamic at all.
They really don't. Like, people see, and even I in the past, you see like homeless vets with their signs or anything, and you think, how are they not on disability? How is that not taken care of? And they very well may be in the process of getting it. It's just crazy how hard it is to get, and it feels when you're in the process of it, it very much feels like they just want you to die waiting for it. And I just it's one of those things that, again, like you said, like people talk about how much money pays out in it and stuff, and you don't realize how hard people have to fight to get on it. And then even then, like, they send private investigators out to watch you and make sure that that you're not lying. And it's crazy how in-depth the process is. And I want people to realize that it's not as easy as people make it sound like, because I've heard people say, well, I know someone who got disability because working made them smoke cigarettes. And it's like, well, then they were lying about why they got it.
Right.
But there's just, the public opinion on it is really messed up. And I just kind of wanted to put it out there as something that's going on. And just like looking at it as, how could you be without income for 5 years and not able to even receive gifts? So just kind of something I wanted to note.
I'm so sorry that you're going through this. And I really appreciate you talking about it. But how do you manage to survive? Are you just spending down savings? Like, how do you work that out? I mean, obviously, like, I would imagine, right, you have to do stuff that is like a little bit maybe under the table type of thing or something like that, but that they're sending out people and sort of almost like criminalizing you just for being able to eat and live.
Literally, my Salvation Army, my housing department is through the Salvation Army, and my housing department manager actually told me, because I was honest with her, there are a few people who give me small amounts of money just so that I can take the bus, buy Epsom salt because I deal with a lot of pain, so I have to take Epsom salt baths. Things like that. So there are people who help me out a little bit, but if they were asked if they had to verify it, they wouldn't. So even my Salvation Army manager, as far as like getting food stamps and stuff goes, I was denied because after 3 months in Wisconsin, you have to have a job or you have to prove that you're disabled. And since I'm fighting for disability, I actually just got food stamps for the first time in a year and a half, 2 years this month. So I've been surviving off of charity, so the Salvation Army. There's a thing called Operation Bootstrap where I live, which a lot of the places like Quick Trip and other places will donate goods to them. But yeah, that's really how you have to do it. And a lot of people end up deciding that they have to try to make money. And if the government finds out, your entire claim is messed up. But at this point, when it comes down to it, my lawyers are going to take 25% of whatever my back pay is as long as I get that back pay. But the government doesn't want to pay out back pay because 5 years worth of back pay at $1,200 a month, they don't want to do that. And then my lawyers take 25%, but if I win, I can buy a house, like put a down payment on a house. I have a life. But if I lose, I have to start all over with no back pay, and then they can grant it to me and save themselves $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. And I think that's what they want to do.
What do you mean they can grant it to you? Well, what's that? What do you mean that last part? In the event that your court case doesn't work and they don't owe you the back pay, what does the grant it to you mean? So
I'm probably saying it wrong because it's hard to get everything figured out for me too. But so essentially, it's not like granting it. It's like right now I'm in a process of originally my hearing was denied, my appeal was denied, so technically I'm done with the process. But my lawyers actually will take it all the way up to the Supreme Court, and they think that my case has the grounds to keep going. So they actually have to appeal to the U.S. Attorney General and everything at this point. And that's where everything comes in. So they're trying to prove that the judge misapplied the law in the first hearing, and that then they would have it reheard. So it's just at this point whether or not they're going to send my case back to start over with allowing me to get back pay for the past, at this point, 3 years. But otherwise, if the judge says no, then I just start over with no back pay. And so that's what they're angling for, is to not allow back pay. And then, but all of my doctors agree that I should get disability. So theoretically, I should be able to get it, but they just don't want to pay back pay or give it in general. So that's what I'm fighting for right now.
Well, I'm really sorry you're going through this.
How can we help?
Honestly, I just wanted to bring attention to the Social Security disability thing. I'm thankful for all of the housing department grant and those things. So anybody that can advocate for homelessness, any of those kinds of things that would help people who just don't have an income and don't have an ability to. But that's really I'm mostly taken care of. I'm okay. But there are a lot of other people that aren't. And this is a system that doesn't need to be defunded. It needs to be restructured, and more people need to be able to be helped because it is underserving the people that need it. And people don't, and most people in the country don't realize that. Other than that, I really just wanted to thank you guys for your time. Emma, you're really wonderful. I loved you on the Young Turks, and I love seeing you here. But you guys are really great, and I really appreciate you guys taking my call.
Oh, right, of course.
Thank you. Hang in there.
Thank you, Emily.
Bye.
I'll be okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye.
I'm thinking of you. Jeez.
Sounds like a system not working. All right, let's do some IMs, and then we'll wrap things up. People should go back and listen to that interview with Matthew Cortland, August 4th. We also, I think, are due to have him back on, too. Talk more about this.